was born to be free.
Well, hey, it's Thursday near the end of June in the record-breaking heat wave that we're experiencing in the UK. Yesterday was the hottest day in June in record, 36 degrees in Gosport, and that's where I'm headed today. I'm actually on day one of a 5 or 6 day mini break, and my dad hopefully will join me during this. He was meant to join me today, but it's another 35 kind of degree day. He's in his 80s, bless him, and he's also looking after my mum who's in her 80s, so we figured it was safer for him at home, and given it's going to be quite a few, actually my longest mini break, quite a few days, there's plenty of chances for him to get a train and meet me somewhere where I'm going and spend the last half of it with me. So where are we going? What are we going to do? I just want to push the boundaries a bit. My dad and I were thinking of going to France, down to Cherbourg, but we think the winds are okay to get there, but we're not confident about getting back due to winds, so we've shelved that plan. Instead, I'm going to try and head further along and out of the Solent than I've been before. So today, Thursday, I'm heading just to Gosport Marina. Tomorrow, Friday, I want to head down to Studland Bay near Poole, so at least we're in Dorset. Saturday, if the winds are good, I want to head down to Weymouth, and I've booked in at both Gosport and Weymouth, reserved a berth at both of those premier marinas. Sunday then maybe come back to Poole, maybe pick up my dad in Weymouth or Poole. That's what we're looking at as the temperatures get a bit cooler. Monday, maybe sail around the outside of the Isle of Wight back to Whitecliff Bay. In fact, I was just producing the videos for that this week, and yeah, I'd love to go back there, and given the westerly winds that are due forecast, that could be quite nice, especially with my dad. And then Tuesday come back, so it's a Thursday to Tuesday trip. Today though should be fairly straightforward. So we're on a falling tide now. I want to leave in about half an hour. It is so hot. So plenty of water. It's like 2 days after Neeps, so we've got plenty of water. So I'll be following these yachts out, and the receding tide should help us on our way. We also have a really good wind. It should be a downwind sail with about 12 to 15 knots behind the boat, and I'm hoping to do 5 knots, so maybe I'll see 10 knots apparent wind behind the boat to cool me down in the heat of the day. It's about 11:30, 11:45, and I want to get going by 12. So let's get the engine going and warming up. I have to say, I'm looking forward to trying this. Hopefully you've seen that video. My new self-tailing winch. Winch face on the port side with my old winch on the starboard. But at least, well, I've got to learn to tack again, I guess. And it should be easier with a self-tailing winch. So let's see how that works out. Bit hot, bit sweaty, bit out of breath. It's hot today. Beautiful sailing boat going past, and I have both sails up with the following wind. About 8 knots apparent off the port quarter, but it will consistently be on the port side. So I'm just off Covenant Point as usual. Look at it, not many people. East Head in the distance, Pilsey Island on the right. Both sails up. 6 knots over ground with tide and wind assist at 1800 RPM. That's pretty quick. And it's going to be like that. I think today might be quite a quick sail if I'm lucky. I'm quite looking forward to a nice downwind sail to Portsmouth. It doesn't happen frequently in my experience, as you'll know if you follow the channel. So yeah, ooh, nice little lean on. Yes. So let's have a nice downwind sail. Oh, that wind is so cooling. I'd rather be here than cooped up in my house. This is nice. Look at this. This is great. There's some shallow water here, but I'm in the channel. Boat's got a really nice lean on. I don't know if it's coming across in the video. Oh, we're motor sailing, but the sails are definitely powered up, and I'm doing 7.2 knots over ground towards East Head in the distance. Oh, there she goes. Can you feel her? Look at her turn. So I think she's actually slightly overpowered for the gusty winds, but we're going to be sailing downwind, so I don't want to reef. But look at us now, we're really flying 7.3. The auto tiller having to adjust as the fully deployed sails catch the little uplifts of wind. 15 knots off the port beam, and when I'm going downwind it'll all be a bit calmer once I'm out, but this is going to be quite nice inside the harbour. Look at her swing round as the wind backs off and the auto tiller adjusts. So rather than reef the head sail, which is a bit overpowered for the gusts, I'm just going to muddle through this. Let's get out to sea, head down to Portsmouth. So coming up to West Pole, I'll turn right, and then this wind will become the following wind, and it'll all calm down. It's kind of force 4, white horses, quite a lot of water coming over the bow, but it will all calm down when I turn downwind. As usual, Sampaguita is so sorry. So you join me as I go past West Pole, my lovely home marker that I can see from miles away. So now I'm going to turn down towards the forts there, downwind, and we'll just have to keep an eye and see if I need to jibe. Look at it, immediately calms down as this becomes a downwind sail. I'm going to just haul this in case I need to jibe. It's going to be right behind me. Okay, sit. So, degrees. Let's get a better angle to the wind. Even if I do some kind of little jibes down, get a better angle to the wind. So yeah, that's better. Jibing, it'd be quite a good practice, to be honest. Right, to neutral. And I'll just go and save the batteries. Just approaching halfway mark to Portsmouth from West Pole. Just gone past that yellow marker, and the South Cardinal, which is my halfway marker, is just over there. So sooner or later I'll just need to tack back, jibe back in, because we're headed towards the right hand fort and then into Portsmouth. Spinnaker Tower over there, if you can see it. It's quite a rolly downwind sail. I know they can be like that. So I'm generally sitting here, so I feel okay. Isle of Wight looks quite pretty, quite a lot of haze. Bembridge is that dip. And Whitecliff Bay, where I may go on Monday, after going all the way down to Weymouth and back, is in that misty section. So we've been plodding along quite nicely, down to 4 knots now, but generally between 5 and 4. And we're now nearing the shipping channel. So over here, see is green buoy, green marker. So I do not want to go into the shipping channel. The port, or sand port, that I want to head for is over there. So I just kept this course as long as I could because it's got a good angle to wind, and because my next course, I think, after a gybe, will then also have quite a good angle to wind, rather than just head dead downwind with the sails flopping. So let's gybe and see how this goes. Still managed to bang my head. A little bit. First time pulling on my new wind. Sounds alright. Ah, I don't need to do that. I can now self-tape. Just like that. I don't need to use that. Now get some speed up. Better angle on the wind. Portsmouth, stream of yachts. My old friend Mont Saint Michel, the big ferry I have to keep missing. That's where I had AIS coming out. You'll get the view. Ah, Mont Saint Michel, we've been expecting you. Maybe trip I'll go on, it's there, right? Good morning, everybody. I thought I'd end the day one video and start the day two video with a little bridge clip, just where I summarise what happened on day one, which was an enjoyable downwind sail, a bit rolly as these sails can be, but it was nice, and then an uneventful arrival into Portsmouth Harbour, and then came through and found my berth. The wind was certainly blowing when I arrived, and it made for probably my worst docking manoeuvre since I've had the boat. The wind just kind of caught it, so I ended up pivoting slightly. I didn't turn fast enough and I pivoted slightly on the end of the finger berth, which is annoying, but I got her in okay. No damage to my boat or anybody else's, but it didn't look very elegant. And then chilling at anchor, tidying the boat, and popping to Lidl, which is like 1 minute from the marina, for a few things, and then a Chinese takeaway. It was really hot though, breezy but hot, so I went to sleep, went to bed up in the cockpit, sleeping outside, and about 1 AM I woke because the wind had changed and it was cooler, and I came down in the boat at about 1 AM and slept until the alarm went off at 7:30. I planned to leave at 8:30, so in about 45 minutes time for day two. Day two for me is really about getting past the Needles and pushing on to Studland Bay, where I hope to pick up an eco buoy. I think they've got about 85 of them at the moment. An eco buoy for a small fee at Studland Bay near Poole in Dorset. So, and not much wind at the moment, and there will be a wind against me. So if I just tack the whole way there, and if I sail the whole way there, I'll be too slow to get through the Needles at the right time with currents. So probably quite a bit of motor sailing, certainly this morning, and then when I get past the Needles and past Hurst Castle specifically, then I'll look and see where the wind is, and I can take my time a bit more. Hopefully get the engine off if the winds are playing ball. So that's the plan.